Just imagine living next door to a super cute girl. Suddenly, your ordinary life just got a whole lot better. Here are the top 10 romance anime where a cute girl lands next door. Let's go. Number 10, Meisi ni Koku.
愛です。
五代さん、何を隠そう。実は私もあなたをお慕い申し上げていました。
本当ですか?
Starting off our list is an anime that proves that sometimes moving away can be the best thing you do. You see, there's an old boarding house called Meisi no Koku, and it mostly looks normal. From the outside, most of the people there are really loud, so our boy Yusaku decides to move away to be at peace. But what he didn't know was that he wasn't only going to relax, but his new boarding house manager is gonna turn his life upside down. First off, you might have noticed that the art style is somewhat old, and that's because the anime really started airing in the 1980s. But it aged like fine wine. I mean, if you want me to list down all the most memorable moments in the series, I'd be too lazy to do it because there are just so many of them. Number 9, Pet Girl of Sakurasao.
なんだ。
仲良くしてね。
おう、こちらこそ。っておかしいだろ!
Now in this anime, instead of the girl managing the boarding house, our boy Sorata is literally the maid. Everyone in the Sakurasao dormitory is either weird or a straight up genius. And it's the same for the newly arrived girl, Mashiro. Being left with no choice, Sorata was the one who was assigned to take care of her, and he never knew that this would lead to something else, and he'll go even more insane.
ほら、さっさと部屋に戻れ。下着もつけずに学校行く気か?
おーい、キャベツはどうするんだい?
今朝はコンビニにします。
Might seem like a harem anime, but if any of you have watched this, you know that it has some insane storytelling. You actually feel a lot of emotion while watching it, and there's no doubt in my mind that it'll make you cry. The characters are also really fun to watch, with each of them having their own quirk that just lights up the atmosphere. There's also a bit of fan service too. Number 8, Nodame Cantabile.
激突！隣の晩ご飯！あれ、まだ早かったですか?
また俺はボランティアをやっている。
You might have thought I was speaking straight gibberish, but that was actually the title of the anime. You see, our boy Shinichi is a perfectionist and is enrolled at Japan's top music university. But even though he's a literal genius, he has one weakness: flying. And that's the only reason why he can't go to Europe. Still, it might have been God blessing him because he met a girl who changed his life.
どうしたのだめ? そうか。王子様がキスしてくれれば治るかもしれないそうだ。
もういい。
Unlike the other anime on this list, the people here aren't in high school anymore and are instead at a music college. That's why the plot seems more mature, and it's true for the mentality and personality of the characters. It's such a fresh take on romance anime because everywhere I go, I just see two kids creating a lot of drama while at their age, I was just watching anime. Number 7, more than a married couple, but not lovers.
役員。いってらっしゃいってして。
え?
あの時みたいに。
What would you do if you were forced to marry someone? I just go for it because at least I'm not gonna die alone. You see, in this world, students have marriage practicals, and our boy Jiru is totally in love with his childhood friend. But fate's not smiling on him, and on Akari Watanabe too, because they both are paired up with each other while their crushes become husband and wife.
なんてね、残念でした。時には勢いも大切だよ、むっつりくん。
Watanabe.
When I watched it, I was kind of surprised that it offered more than what I was expecting. Sure, it had some generic rom-com moments, but the entire concept makes it feel like it wasn't a repetitive formula. The characters' chemistry was pretty hilarious at times too, and even though it was only 12 episodes, I wish they had more. Also, it's literally like watching a kindergartner's drawing book because the colors smack your eyes. Number 6, Tamako Love Story.
これいい おっぱい餅こんな感じか。あのさ、こないだ銭湯ですっごい大きいおっぱい。あ、持ちそうだったね。ごめん。
いや、いいよ。
Have you ever tried to confess? If you have and failed miserably, then you might need this series to hear your soul. Our boy Mochizo and our girl Tamako are about to finish their school year and they're about to go their separate ways. Before he goes to university in Tokyo, Mochizo's gonna make the most of what time he has left and confess. But will he succeed?
心を強く持って克服。心を強く持って克服。おう、悪いな、文字蔵。ありがとよ。
Surprisingly, this is a sequel movie to the Tamako Market series, but I'd argue it's much, much better. It shows that sometimes you don't need crazy moments or explosions to make a series thrilling, because the wholesomeness of this one will kill you. It's just pure innocent love all the way through, and with Kyoto's animations, art style, everything just hits different. It even feels nostalgic, like I was back in high school trying to find a way to just let that girl know how much I liked her. Number 5, Mother of Goddess Dormitory.
なんかまた見つけたのか。講師。うまい。
The anime god said we were getting too wholesome, so he sent us a whole lot of boobas. But it doesn't always start fun because our boy Nagumo's house got burned down and his father just abandoned him. Well, that's when a woman brings him to the female dormitory, Megami Ryu, where he's blessed by the sweetest blessing known to man, a harem. However, before that, he has to be the official dormitory mother.
気持ち悪い。ミネルさん。眠い。 膝枕。ずるい。
Mother of Goddess Dormitory is the kind of show where you know exactly what you're gonna get. It's a rinse and repeat process of just pure ecchi and fan service. For the most part though, it has a plot and it doesn't get too overwhelming. It's not shy and fully embraces its title as a show for degenerates of every kind. If you just want to turn off your brain and have some fun, this one's for you. Number 4, The Kawaii Complex Guide to Manners and Hostile Behavior.
沈黙が痛い。一番近くなりたいのに。先輩って本好きですよね。うん。いつも図書室にいるし。うん。本が友達ってやつですか?
To be honest, the title of this anime sounds like a real book title that came straight out of Japan. It follows Kazunari, who started living alone because his parents lived in a different area. While he was excited to get to be independent, but his boarding house, like the others on this list, has some crazy people living in it, and it's gonna turn his entire life upside down.
ちょっとだけ怖くないんでしょ?
何?
あの二人どっちが
It's really difficult to make a shoujo romance that doesn't feel rushed, especially if they have a limited budget and have to summarize everything in 12 episodes. But that's not the case with this anime because even though it still has 12 episodes, it doesn't feel rushed at all. And the pacing is really good. It completely blew my expectations away, even though the animation's not that mind-blowing. Number 3, A Couple of Cuckoos.
起きてシャワー浴びようと思ったらこいつが。
無理無理無理無理無理無理無理進行方向が予測不能の早く動く生命体待って無理すまんフロア諦めてくれ
If I were in the situation of the couple in this series and my parents gave me a house, I'd be happier than an idol superfan in a concert. You see, Nagi Umino and Erika Amano didn't know that they were swapped at birth, and instead of their parents getting angry, they just had this amazing idea. What if both of our children married each other? It might have been a great decision, but these kids might not like it.
これ絶対バズるわ。ナギ君もっと撮って。
やだね。約束と違うぞ。
いいから撮りなさいよ。
やだ。
いいから。
This series is not Rent a Girlfriend. I repeat, it is not Rent a Girlfriend. You won't actually die of cringe while watching it, and it has Nisokoi vibes to it. The MC isn't also a coward or a weirdo, and is actually a really relatable guy. You'll love seeing them fight and argue all the time, and the moments where they actually start falling for each other are just golden. Number 2, Tomo-chan is a girl.
人の話聞いてんのか?
なんだ?
だからお前さ スカートやめたらどうだ。
This anime might actually not fit the title of Where a Cute Girl Lands Next Door because our boy Junichiro hasn't even realized it yet. Yes, Tomo might be a bit tomboyish, but she's cute, just that her crush and childhood friend always sees her as a bro and a best friend. So the question remains, what can she do so that Junichiro starts seeing her as a girl instead?
お前まさかミセスのことが好きなのか？
んなわけねえ。俺とあいつ中学の時一時期付き合ってただろ。
え？
あ。
This anime isn't fast-paced and you'll constantly see Tomo try her best, but it just doesn't work. I guess it just sends the message that the journey is more important than the destination. For what it's worth, I think the entire concept's refreshing because when did we ever see a guy be the one that's being chased? Other than that, there are some pretty hilarious moments in this series, and the colors really make the entire thing pop. Number 1, the angel next door spoils me rotten.
いいからじゃあな。
さすがに放っておけません。借りは返します。入りますけど、致し方ないので許してくださいね。
There wasn't only a cute girl next door, but our boy Amane, there was literally an angel, and it was none other than Mahiro Shina. She's angelic inside and out, but even though they live so close together, they barely talk. Well, that all changes when one day Amane lends his umbrella to Mahiru, and when he gets sick, the angel is there to take care of him. This small exchange might have just changed their life forever.
何ですか？食べさせろって言うんですか？
This is the ultimate anime of this list, and it has some serious vibes going with it. It's wholesome, dramatic, and relaxing. Everything you need in a rom-com is there. You can really feel the warmth of the series' atmosphere, and the entire plot makes it so much more interesting. That's why I'm so confused why it's so underrated, but I want to give it the recognition it deserves. So I give it the top spot in our list of the top 10 romance anime where a cute girl lands next door.